everyone, so today we'll be reviewing one of the most popular and possibly the best LEGO Harry Potter set from 2020. And it is set 75968 for Privet Drive. This set has 797 pieces and retails for 100 Australian dollars, 70 US dollars and 65 Great British pounds. This is the second time we've seen number 4 Privet Drive recreated in LEGO form, with the first one being released in 2002. So this is a long overdue remake. The new 2021 has a significantly bigger and better looking build than the original, capturing English townhouses very nicely. It's also the second time in this Harry Potter reboot that we have seen the flying Fort Anglia, and I will be comparing the two of them along with the 2010 version in a later video. This set comes with 6 minifigures, including 2 characters we've never seen before, Petunia and Dudley Dursley. I can't wait to show you this set, so let's get started with the minifigures. Now first up we have Harry Potter, and if he looks familiar, that's because he's almost an exact remake of the one that was featured in the Whomping Willow. The only difference between them is that this Harry has short black legs instead of short grey legs. He's pretty much the same as every other young Harry we've got, with the same face and hairpiece, and he also has that reused torso. The torso looks pretty good, and he has his scared alternate face. Next up we have Ron Weasley, and just like Harry, he should look very familiar, as he is an exact replica of the one that was in the Whomping Willow. There's nothing too special about Ron. He has his usual Luke Skywalker hairpiece and his young face. I do love the young one's scared expressions. I think it perfectly captures how they should be feeling in this scene. Another familiar face is Dobby the House-Elf. Now he first appeared in series 1 of the Harry Potter CMF series, and upon first glance you'd probably think they're exactly the same. However, there are some slight differences. He's got the same dual molded legs though, and I'm pretty sure the torso is exactly the same, but we'll find out in a second. On the left we have the CMF Dobby, and on the right we have the new 2020 version featured in this set. Upon putting them side to side, I can confirm that yeah, their torso print is exactly the same, and the only real difference between them is their facial expression. The first Dobby had a more sincere smile, and the newer one has that cheeky grin that Dobby has when he's ruining Harry Potter's life. It is kind of disappointing, however, that Dobby is in this set since he was a CMF, so it kind of devalues the old one. Our first member of the Dursley family is Vernon. He's got a really nice unique face print which is showing his angry expression at the moment. Unfortunately though, his torso is a reuse of one that was from Lego City. Because of this, it doesn't have any specialty fat printing to show that Vernon is a larger person. I do love his face and use of this hair though, as it looks a lot like the late actor. Another consequence of reusing the City torso means that there is no back printing. Vernon is one of, if not the only new Harry Potter character to not have any back printing. His alternate face has a cheeky smirk, which reminds me so much of the no post on Sunday scene from the Philosopher's Stone. The first brand new character we have is Petunia Dursley, and I have to say, having her in person, she looks a lot better and really closely to her actress as well. I believe her outfit in this set though is from the Prisoner of Azkaban rather than the Chamber of Secrets and the Philosopher's Stone like a lot of the other features and characters in this set. I love the use of that new curly hairpiece. I think it looks really good, and her facial expressions look amazing. The print on her torso is really nice too, although I wish we could have seen some more leg printing. I think that would have made this figure just that much better. And here's Petunia's shocked alternate face. And our last figure is Dudley Dursley, and I'm pretty sure this outfit is from when he was complaining about his 36 presents, although correct me if I'm wrong. His cheeky smirk face, however, although I think it represents the character, it doesn't really remind me too much of Dudley, but it's definitely not as bad as some of the minifigures in the Burrow. I love his blue shirt poking through the top. I think it looks really good, and he's got the line on his stomach to represent his gut. The detailing on this torso representing knitwear looks fantastic. Dudley's alternate face is also a shocked expression like Harry's and Ron's, which is perfect for when he falls into a snake pit at the London Zoo. Although she's technically not a minifigure, I also wanted to show you the opened wing Hedwig. She was introduced in 2020 and is in 3 of the sets and 1 polybag. Before we take a look at the house, I wanted to show off the little side build of the Privet Drive sign. It's very simple with just 2 2x2 jumpers on a 2x4 tile with a little stickered tile piece on the top. I also love how they put this brick on the back so that the owl can sit on the fence like in the Philosopher's Stone. I'm so glad that they put the Privet Drive sign in there. It's such a small build and such a really tiny detail, but the inclusion of it makes me really happy. Another side build we get in this set is the beautiful cake that Petunia makes in the Chamber of Secrets right before it falls on Mr. and Mrs. Watson's face thanks to Dobby. Considering how small this cake is, I'm surprised at how accurate it actually looks. It also comes on this translucent clear flagpole piece to showcase that it is floating in midair. Our next build I was very surprised to see in this set, as we got the exact same thing almost 2 years ago. And that is the blue flying Ford Anglia that the Weasleys own. Now, although it does look very similar, there are some big differences between those two cars, but like I said, I will be doing a completely separate video on that. Just looking at the flying Ford Anglia, it does look pretty accurate, although I think this one just isn't as good. They've got the same printed door ones as the old ones, but they've also got these stickered panels to create the angular look of the car. I quite like the build of the bonnet though. I think it works really well. And when you open it up as well, you can see Harry's trunk is in the boot, and there is a chain you can pull out to pull off Harry's window. But I'll show you that later. You just kind of slide it all in there and slide the trunk in and close it back up, and then it closes like that. It also technically doesn't have a proper back windscreen this time, as it's just got these corner panel pieces. I really like the look of the taillights on this model though. I think that looks really good, but I don't like how you can see these dark grey pieces here. The front of the car has a really round look, and the bonnet to me just doesn't look right. The grille and everything else though look really good on the car. Now this roof piece is only attached by the 4 studs at the front this time, and it just rests sitting on the rest of the windows. And inside the car we have a steering wheel, and we have 3 spaces for minifigures to stand. Because of the way this car is built, I don't think you'd be able to put the 2 minifigures side by side like I could with the old one, so you're gonna have to have them standing back to back like this. Which is okay, but the way I managed to work the old one for me, I think was a lot better. But it is definitely a lot easier to fit the 2 figures in this new car. So let's take a look at the house, which on its own could stand perfectly well as a set. I love the way this house looks. It makes me so happy. To me as well, it also brings back a lot of nostalgia when I go and visit my family in the UK and we're driving around the English countryside. Especially since the house and the street that Privet Drive is based off in the films is not too far from where my grandparents' house is. So to me, this has a lot more personal value. The exterior of the house has some great details. I love the way it looks. One of my favorite aspects is actually this bush. I don't know what it is about this bush, but I just think it looks really good. It was also really cool to build. I love the building techniques of using these 4-sided modified bricks. I think that was really cool, and having them twisted with this pole at the middle. I think it looks really cool and is really effective. There is also a few more flowers in the Dursley front lawn, with a flower growing over here and some more pink flowers over here. Zooming into the front door, you can take a closer look at this sticker piece, which has a bunch of Harry's Hogwarts letters overfilling the mail chute and has a golden door knocker. There is also a number 4 piece on the side of the door, and while I like the way it looks, it annoys me that it's a sticker. This could easily have been a printed tile. If they managed to do Jack Sparrow's compass on a 1x1 tile, and even Two-Face's coin in 2012 with the superhero sets, they could have printed number 4. There's also a little light build next to it and a small window. Another one of my favorite aspects is the gutter. You've got this entire chute coming up here and the actual gutter itself. I think it looks really good. That gutter continues up to the 2nd story of the house as well. Now, taking a closer look at the roof, you can see that there is a lot of texture in this, as the roof is built up in 2 different layers. You've got the base layer, and then you've got a second one which is elevated by 1 plate. This also carries around to the side of the house, where they closed it off nicely by using some cheese slope pieces. Coming down to the right hand side of the house, you can see another light, which conveniently acts as a handle to open up the understairs cupboard. On the side of the wall that swings out, we have a shovel and a broom to really emphasize that this is an understairs cupboard. And underneath, you can see that there is a little bed just placed on top of the floor. It's hard to get right in here, but on this little panel here, there is a sticker full of all of Harry's toys. There's a minifigure statue and like a horse and things like that. And I love the fact that they put one of those micro scale pieces in, as it really solidifies itself in the Lego world. You can also see that there is a door to the outside, but we'll take a better look at that from the inside. On the left hand side of the Weasleys' house, you can see Harry's barred up windows. Now in the movie, his bedroom is technically at the front of the house, so this is kind of inaccurate, but it works for the play value. So I see why it cannot be technically screen accurate. On this side as well, you can see that there is a little gap, and that is so that you can push Harry's Hogwarts letters through. You push them through like this. Because I've got 3 in there at the moment, it's currently gotten stuck. And that is because if you move this lever, all the letters will come flooding through the fireplace. As you enter Privet Drive, you enter the Dursleys' living rooms. And because of the way the house is built, it looks pretty dark down there, so I'll shine an extra light. You can see that on the back of the door, there is another sticker with a few letters poking through, but a wooden plank stopping them from coming in. There is also a blue tiled carpet, and there is the other side of Harry's door. which has a little great sticker for Vernon to yell through, "There is no such thing as magic." You should also be able to open the door, although I am struggling to do it with one hand, as my other hand is holding my phone, providing extra light. On the other side of the living room, you can see that there is a little lamp in the background, as well as 2 purple chairs. Above the fireplace, there is the Dursleys family portrait with Dudley, Vernon, and Petunia. I love it. It looks so cute. There's also a red and orange rug and a small side table with some plants. Now, when I twist that lever, you will see all of the letters flying through the fireplace. Like so. Coming over to the left, you can see that there is the Dursleys Staircase, which, just like Harry's window, is technically inaccurate to the movie. The staircases should be coming down towards the front door. I get why they had to do this though. It makes much more sense build-wise, because if you had the stairs facing the door, you wouldn't actually be able to make characters walk up and down them. Moving up to the top floor, we have Harry's bedroom. Now, considering Harry's bedroom is the smallest room in the house, he has quite a lot of space in Lego form, so honestly, good for him. He has a little desk and a chair, and he also has a Daily Prophet mail piece over here, which is the same one we've seen in all the other sets. We're 3 years into the reboot at this point, and I wish they would do a new Daily Prophet piece, as I'm kind of getting sick of this one. Harry's got a really nice bed build, which looks a lot like the ones that are shown in the Burrow, and this time he's got a nice white pillow, and you can see his sheets folded in here. I love that layering technique. I think it looks really good. On his wall as well, you can see some Hogwarts banners and some Gryffindor banners and a chocolate frog card as well. And on his table is a photo of Lily and James, which looks so accurate to the photo album that Hagrid gives him. It's not even funny. This set has some amazing stickers. They did a really good job with everything they printed. So the main play feature of this set is that you can pull Harry's window off. So by opening the trunk of the Flying Forward Anglia, okay, I'll just throw his trunk out the way. You grab the chain and you attach it to the top of Harry's windows. On anyone will do. And simply you pull the car. I might need to grab the house for this, but let's have a look. And you can pull the entire window off. It's really easy. I kind of thought I'd drag the whole house along with me, but that was a pleasant surprise. And then you can just slot it in really nice and easily. It's a really neat play feature, and I'm glad they included it in this set. Moving up to the top, you can see the little TV antenna and fireplace, which I think looks really good. And there's also this weird thing here. I'm not actually sure what that's supposed to be. So that is number 4, Privet Drive. I really like this set, and I can see how it's easily one of this year's bestsellers. It's very recognizable to a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of parents will know exactly what it is and want to buy it for their kids, mainly because of how good it looks. But also there are a lot of play features for kids to play with too. I'm really glad as well that they combined elements from the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, because that opening sequence in the Philosopher's Stone, where all of Harry's Hogwarts letters are coming in, is so iconic and legendary that it would be a shame if they didn't include that. Overall, I'd have to say this is one of the best sets of this wave, and it's just a shame that I had to wait an extra month to get it. So sorry in advance to all you Americans and Canadians who have to wait extra amounts of time. And when you can get your hands on it, make sure you snatch this one up first. I feel like this one is going to sell out very quickly. As I said earlier, I will be doing a comparison between the 3 Forward Anglias that I own. So if you would like to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And until then, I'll see you later.